back, everyone, to Third Street Reactions. I'm Zach.
Joy.
Shane.
We're back with Daredevil, Born Again, Season 1, Episode 5. Do you remember what happened last time?
Joy, you weren't here?
I wasn't, but I watched it.
Yes. You watched at your other job.
I did.
Like laying down, sleeping.
I got it.
Sleeping back there.
I got it watched. I'm trying to think. What do you guys want me to...
Fiddle faddle.
Yeah, fiddle faddle.
Fiddle Faddle Man.
I thought he was being a little bit demanding.
He's being he's kind of being a pain in the ass in the beginning.
He was.
He was, but Zach and I talked that when you kind of hear his story, it
Yeah.
seems like he's just at the shit bottom of the system.
Yes.
And he doesn't really have a way now to climb out. So he kind of has to steal because he can't, because he doesn't have food stamps, and he probably has food stamps because he can't get a good job, and it's a cycle and everything else. So
we had Frank Castle, and we had Punisher in the last episode, which I think was the highlight of the episode.
The highlight of the episode.
Is that Shane off of Walking Dead?
It is.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah. So he was his own show, and I don't think this is a spoiler, but I guess I don't know if he's going to be back in this show this season. I'm not sure, but I guess
they're having a Disney special.
Yeah, they're having a special, and he said it's going to be special.
Yeah, I know, because he said that it's going to be like everything he wants to be with the Punisher. Which is great, because his Punisher so far, like someone mentioned in the comments that Ray Stevenson is often forgotten.
Oh, he was
his role was the Punisher. Yeah, because the dude who played Newman was in that movie too.
Oh.
The Stevenson movie was good.
Yeah.
It also, the villain was the guy that played the shitty fucking senator in 300.
Oh, and
that screwed the King's wife.
Yeah.
And all that shit. Dominic something.
Yeah.
Phenomenal actor. He was in The Wire, and I didn't finish The Wire, but it's great.
Yeah, I heard it was great.
It's great.
Yeah.
And that guy is great. Bernthal's Punisher is probably the best I've seen.
Okay.
In terms of like the most enjoyable and the most visceral, the most violent.
Yeah.
Like Stevenson's fucking fantastic, and I love that guy. But
do you like him more than Thomas Jane?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it, so I'd
Well, because the Punisher is meant to be a dark and very violent role.
Guys, before we jump in, just so you know, we're going to watch both episodes back to back, and then we'll talk about both of them in the end. We'll condense it a little bit. And if you want to see the full length for both, check out our Patreon. Let's jump in.
Rangers took the house to the woodshed last night. Pot that.
The woodshed. I haven't heard that forever. Taking someone to the woodshed.
Thank you so much for seeing me at such short notice.
Hate to disappoint you, Mr. Murdoch, but Mr. Aldrich has had a bit of an emergency this morning. I'm Yusuf Khan, assistant bank manager here at New York Mutual. Not wearing green today, Mr. Murdoch.
I tend to prefer more neutral colors, less likely to clash.
A leprechaun might pinch. Candy?
No, thank you. Where's home?
Jersey City.
It certainly has its own special charm.
Do you think so?
I prefer it to Hoboken.
That's the nicest thing I've heard anyone say about Jersey City. And our very own superhero, Miss Marvel.
Miss Marvel?
Damn it.
I'm not sure I'm familiar.
Man of culture.
This is her. Right here.
What the fuck did you think?
Oh yeah, well, you can see. But it's her.
It's here.
Your firm's over-leveraged, yet you're more than willing to take on clients who have a difficult time paying, as in the tragic case of White Tiger.
Have you ever needed a defense attorney?
No, thankfully not.
Well, if you ever do, it's often David versus Goliath.
You ever need one, Zach?
Actually, yeah, twice.
Your compassion and willingness to take risks are the very qualities that make you an excellent defense attorney, Mr. Murdoch, but they're the same reasons that you do not meet New York Mutual's criteria for approval.
Well, that's certainly the nicest no I've received yet.
I like that guy.
Yeah.
What's happening here?
Ready then.
We're gonna rob a bank? Got ski masks on?
Clown masks.
0.8 mil and not fat bastards off.
Oh no.
Their masks would be on well before
You figured.
they exited the vehicle.
Yes.
Simply because of that right there. Just being on the street, right?
Everyone free!
Oh shit.
Gee.
Hands in the air, you silly bastard!
That guy's lucky he's not gonna get killed.
Jeez.
If someone can get away like that, there's no button underneath the desk.
The lady tried to push it.
Seller's
Dude
Bank.
smashed your face into it.
Seller's Bank has a button underneath the desk.
The lady tried to push it.
Well, I know, but he's in his desk, his office alone.
He was a desk man. He wasn't the counter man.
Hands in the air, you silly bastard!
Office, hands up, move.
For some reason, I thought Yusuf was like might have been a badass, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
Hey, we've got one more. You, another step and it'll be your last.
What's going on?
Can someone lock the fucking door, please?
Hello?
Jesus Christ.
Sorry, what's happening?
On your knees, Stevie Wonder.
He's gonna save Yusuf and get that loan.
Yusuf doesn't really have the power, though. He's an errand boy.
All right, no need to explain what this is. You've all been to the movies. Stay out of our way, and we'll stay out of yours. Easy. Everybody goes home, and everybody has a wild story to tell. Now, these weapons are loaded, and they're very, very real. If anyone has any doubts about that, feel free to carry on and find out.
I just got this love for the Irish accent. Maybe it's a Seamus in the early days.
And you're looking at 25 to life.
We have a solicitor on our hands.
I'm glad I didn't hit him in the head.
I need to see a Mr. Stephen Aldrich. We have a blind man, though we have a deaf one as well.
Where is he?
Is he the one out of town? Damn it, I thought he was gonna come in as a Punisher. I mean, come in as a Daredevil. You know what I mean? These are always exciting. The bank heist episodes.
Tense.
You.
Oh, shit, me.
You work here, right?
Yes, sir.
What's your title, Yusuf Khan?
Assistant bank manager.
Assistant bank manager. Where's a non-assistant bank manager?
He's had a bit of an emergency this morning. He won't be in for a couple of hours.
A couple of hours?
Yeah.
Shut it! You're going to open the vault. Can you do that for me, Yusuf Khan?
Yes, sir.
Good man.
I have no problem with bank robbers. It's a victimless crime. As long as I understand people can't rob banks every day.
They're
and
insured.
you definitely shouldn't kill anybody.
They're insured.
But if you're just gonna rob a bank, dude, everyone, you know what I mean?
Very different.
Faces down.
You ever thought about what you would do in this situation?
Being robbed.
Yeah, at a bank. Not just getting robbed.
Eyes on the prize, right? We do what the boss told us to do, and we go to plan B. You stay with the hostages. I'll handle the cops. Blue takes the assistant manager downstairs to open the vault.
You can't open it, can you?
Look, I didn't know what to say, okay?
Tell the truth, man.
Probably I should just tell it right now.
No, not now. You won't believe you. I'll think you're bluffing.
Great.
Oh, that was a Count Dooku. Oh.
Were you?
Detective Angie Kim.
What happened to Murphy?
You know, half the force is face down a pool of Guinness by now. I'm the acting deputy hostage negotiator, 5th Precinct.
Fucking Murphy? Why would the guy on top not be here?
Detective Kim, was it?
Angie Kim, officer in command.
You can just call me Jesse James, yeah?
Good one. You picked a heck of a day to take over a bank. Want to come out and raise a pint with me? Lots of Guinness out here.
That does sound tempting, Detective. And you do sound calm, don't you? Calm, firm, and resolute. Just like the manual says. Next, you'll be trying to establish the upper hand, won't you?
Only way this ends is with you in handcuffs or a body bag.
Let's try to avoid the latter then, shall we?
I don't think you're supposed to say that if they have hostages.
Let's start with 3 armored APVs in. Parked right out front.
You sure you'll be needing that many seats?
My job is to rob the bank. Your job is to prevent every hostage inside the bank from getting a fucking bullet to the fucking head. You have until 9:45.
That's less than 30 minutes.
And
I need something from you. Give me 2 hostages as a sign of good faith.
let them think they're in control, just like the boss says.
Who wants to guess that the boss is the mayor?
Maybe it's his wife.
Yeah.
Oh.
At this point, right?
Oh, that's right, the wife.
You. Up, come on. On your feet.
Please just don't hurt her. Please just don't hurt her.
Congratulations! You've both been emancipated.
Honey, go.
My husband? Please,
Honey, get out of here.
Let him take my place.
Sorry?
I said let him take my place.
This isn't a debate, solicitor. But thank you for the
Just because I'm
suggestion.
blind doesn't mean I need your pity.
I strike you as some sanctimonious twat trying to do right by the visually impaired, do I? I don't like your kind. I don't like the clever little ways you twist the truth. I'm getting rid of you!
That's understandable. All I know is you're offering me a chance to save myself, which I appreciate. Give it to the woman's husband.
Is that what you're saying to me? What's your name?
Matthew Murdoch.
Murdoch! Christ. Not just a blind solicitor with a murder complex, but an Irishman. Where's your family from then, Mr. Murdoch?
Hell's Kitchen.
Before the big swim, Mr. Smartass.
I don't know. I was raised in an orphanage.
Jesus wept. Are you bloody serious? You're like a regular wee Charles Dickens character, aren't you? Fuck it, take the husband. This one's gotta stay.
He's great because he emotes with his eyes real well in there.
Yeah, he did. Jesus wept.
Yeah. Jesus wept.
You're up.
I've heard that used one other time. It was in Haunting of Hill House. Yeah. It was a much sadder context, so that was like funny as hell.
I'm not gonna find any cash in there. It's just a bunch of safety deposit boxes. I got my grandmother's ring in there, some other heirlooms, and I got a 1994 Marc Messier signed puck. Probably the most valuable item in this bank.
Rangers fan, huh?
Rangers, Jets, Mets, baby, all day.
I bet it's diamonds.
How many diamonds could be in there to justify the risk?
Sorry, guys, I need to go.
Should have taken your chance when you had it, Stevie.
No. To the restroom.
Anyone else for the loo? Tell him I'm taking the solicitor here to the gents.
They could be bigger assholes. You know, take them to the bathroom.
They're being gentle.
Yeah. I know a lot of Irish gentlemen. No offense. I went to St. Mary's Catholic School, and I'm telling you, I gotta tell you that story. Don't let me forget.
Stairs.
Telling him there's stairs. He's a polite guy.
Bloody old bitch before I shove this down your throat, yeah?
No.
Dude, that guy's got skills.
Mm-hmm.
If you could get me a snack, just a granola bar, or maybe a banana would work wonders for my nose.
You want to see that family of yours?
That was freaking sweet,
It
dude.
was.
Is he gonna
Put his mask. He's put the mask on.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yep.
Star Wars.
And it happens to be red.
A month already, because the bank
I think
changes.
it'd be funny if it was green, so he would have had green on.
What's your status, lads?
Wait,
I needed the bank manager to be sufficiently motivated to open the vault. He is now. We're almost in.
He's Niall.
Why are you talking to me then?
What's your operating number? That's all I would have said.
He can listen.
Oh my god, he can do this shit too?
Oh yeah, well you think so. He's hypersonic hearing, man.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Just let them think they're in control.
It's the strategy they're using.
this vault has a 4-turn tumbler system, which means it has over 100 million possible combinations.
A lesson. The value of saving.
Oh, I don't know.
I'd be blown
Exactly
away.
what kind of a lawyer are you?
A really good one.
Is that how we do things now at the NYPD?
So maybe he was a cop at one time?
Maybe.
You recognise the accent, but you don't seem to know jack shite about the significance of St. Paddy's Day for a Protestant, do you? Just another Wednesday, love. Or as they say in this dear city of yours, Christmas for a Jew. If you can make me laugh, I'll give you 3 more.
Who knows a good joke?
I don't know if I know a joke off the bat.
Must be our lucky day.
You're telling me none of you know a good joke?
You tell me these blue-collar cops wouldn't know a joke.
A priest finds a 4-leaf clover on the hills of Donegal.
An Irish joke, really.
Vaguely see a 4.
Priest rubs the
fours.
4-leaf clover, and out pops a leprechaun. The leprechaun now owes him a wish, but before the priest can utter a word, the leprechaun asks him, "Father, do you by any chance have a leprechaun nun in your congregation?"
Bravo, detective. 10 out of 10 on the accent.
So the priest says, "Hate to break it to you, sonny, but there's no such thing in this world or the next as a leprechaun nun." "Ah, blimey," he says. "I just fucked a penguin."
I don't get the joke. That's why I'm an idiot.
Black and white.
Ah, shit.
You have exactly 10 minutes before I shoot the first hostage.
You got a winner. one impressive diamond.
May I hold?
Sure.
Yeah, come take up positions on the perimeter.
Captain, you storm that bank right now. Innocent people will be caught in a crossfire.
Innocent people are already caught in the crossfire.
Behind you. Stop right there. How the hell did you get up here?
You're asking the wrong question. We're running out of time. You need to be thinking about your next move.
Hands up, both of you!
When was the last time you spoke to the hostage negotiator? Been a while, right? That's because the police are no longer negotiating.
Maybe I need to convince him I'm serious.
You and I both know you didn't come here to kill anybody. You came here looking for this.
How the hell did you get that?
We go on my count. 9. 8.
I'll give you the diamond. Everybody wins.
Moses. My people, God.
You have no leverage, son.
You have no time.
I am going to give you 3 seconds before I put a bullet in your head.
Here, catch him.
Oh gosh.
What?
He's got a cop uniform on. Oh!
You called it earlier.
Got this, DeLuca.
Oh shit. But I've read that like because of things like this, they heavily interview everyone and look at their history and you know. Have you seen that movie with as Denzel Washington? Shit, the guy from Children of Men.
Clive Owen?
Yeah. It's
Hold
really
it.
good.
Who's that?
What?
I need to see the medic.
It's a bank robbery film. Yeah.
He's with us.
Bottom of the steps.
Thank you, sir.
I always love the idea of the solidarity between New Yorkers.
Yeah, I know. It's always cool. Oh shit.
The pain.
That was awful to look at. Jeez.
You know, my leg gets bent backwards, man.
Why do they do that shit in movies? To take it out?
Ah, it's a candy.
Who got it? He's pickpocketing?
What do you think happened?
I think you were right. Someone inside the bank.
Very strange. Still, I always believe things happen for a reason.
If this is about us reconsidering your loan, Mr.
Not alone. I just came here to check on you.
Oh, good. Perhaps we can brainstorm on ways to make your firm more profitable. Over dinner with my family?
I'd like that very much.
Call me Yusuf. You know, my wife, Muniba, she makes the most delicious fresh parathas.
I am going to try one of these.
You must.
My grandma always had all kinds of like glassware.
Or that jewel's gonna be in there. The diamond.
Oh, you called it. Dude, what if he didn't see that shit?
What's he gonna do with it? Okay.
Man.
We get this bad rep that we're hurting the city, but there's dangerous people out there that are actually hurting the civilians of New York City, and people like the vigilantes are helping them.
Ah.
Yeah, check this out. Bro, look how crazy that is. Like, where do you learn that? Kind of looks like a swordsman. Swordsman, if you're watching this, keep doing the good work because our cops here, they don't really do much, so.
A swordsman vigilante. Hope we get more of him.
Zorro.
Yeah. That's a good movie.
I love that
Zorro.
movie.
Mask of Zorro, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, Mask of
Yeah, the Mask of Zorro.
That's funny.
Never yours to protect.
Yeah.
Oh, his eyes are gone.
Oh shit. He got his blood drained and his eyes popped out.
Oh. Ooh.
God, he's out there for work every day. God damn.
Did establish St. Ives as a judge in the midst of his brethren, making him a friend and advocate of the poor. Do thou make us by his intercession steadfast in the pursuit of justice. Through Christ our Lord.
Could you help me just have to stay awake?
That was intense. That fight.
Yeah.
It's great that it opened that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna have some premarital sex.
You pray? Still?
Yeah, I've stopped a few times over the years, but...
The Children's Art Fund benefits at 7? That sounds nice.
You go then. Tired of these black tie events.
I very much doubt that's an option. Just so you know, you have an unscheduled visitor in your office.
Mr.
Hello.
Mayor.
Yeah.
What are you doing here? I've got this.
Mm-hmm. You go to a bank and get taken hostage?
All right, yeah, that. Sure.
Yeah, that.
That worked out.
You were a victim of a crime.
Sure, I understand. I'm just saying that I knew I was gonna be okay. I can't really explain it, just like...
Faith.
Something like that. Thank you, though.
You've got 5 minutes.
Look at all these books. You haven't read a single one of them, have you?
Vigilantes. Why we revere the mask.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, interesting.
I think so.
You need to give Victor the 1.8.
Respectfully, Mr. Mayor, you can shove that 1.8 up your ass.
Make it 2.8. 1.8 to Victor, and the balance to me, of course.
I think it's a fascinating question. I mean, does a mask allow us to be our true selves, or does it strip away our identity and allow us to act like animals? You have experience with those people, don't you?
I saw it.
You've represented a few, right?
You're out of the game, old man.
You just have to know better not to talk to this guy like that.
I've been thinking maybe you would consider setting me up with someone like, I don't know, Frank Castle.
It's a big ask.
The Punisher. You wanna interview the Punisher?
Your time's up.
Like I barely holds it together.
Mm-hmm.
How about Daredevil? You've worked with him, right? Shit, that's my Uber.
Fucking Ubers, man.
Not gonna stalk your clients.
It'd be fun if we started a cab company. Dude, what a dipshit. Luca.
Anyway,
I know he's supposed to be.
Anyone wears tracksuits on television.
Yeah.
When they're presented that way, they're always an idiot.
This is John Santini from Sanitation.
Call me Johnny. I got bad news and worse news, Mr. Mayor.
I thought that we took care of this.
It's gonna be a lot tougher to get that down than we thought.
Why is that?
Well, look, I made a real good run at that wall. I got the biggest power washer because I didn't want to ruin the facade. Didn't do squat. 50-50 sandglass, like a concentration. It's the only way to go.
You should get to the point.
See the mural?
Johnny,
my guy
just
in Philly.
tell him what you told me.
It's made out of human blood.
Oh. That's disturbing.
Get Gallo in there now.
Oh, jeez Louise.
Hey, it's good to see you. Is everything all right?
Yeah. I was hoping to talk to Mr. Murdoch.
Of course, yeah, come in.
He was onto something, Matt. He was investigating something.
Someone's got to protect the streets. People going missing, no one seems to care.
Oh.
All those kidnappings, he started tracking them.
Angela, I know you're upset and you have every right to be, but this isn't safe.
Don't put that therapy talk that I'm processing or trying to control or whatever. This is what he would have wanted.
Therapy talk. Was I doing that?
Straight up. And I hate that shit. All those kidnappings were all close to the old Q line. The one they shut down.
I'm just a lawyer, all right? I tried to help your uncle in court, but something like this, that's for the police.
The police killed my uncle.
But what do you want me to do about it?
How about literally anything? Attorney at law, big fancy office. That's fine. That's cool. My bad for thinking you cared.
It's not that simple, Angela.
2 days before he got shot, you know what he told me? Don't rely on anyone to do what you can do for yourself. He was right.
Well, Zach, you mentioned that she becomes a comic book hero as well, right?
We've gathered at least 5 unique DNA profiles for each mural. We estimate at least 60. It's difficult to trust me.
Sound an alarm, and he could lay low for a while. He could wait us out. Then he'll come back harder. No, not a single word leaves this room. When the sanitation department figures out there's a serial killer before the NYPD does, maybe it's time to switch up the protocols.
What does it mean by that? I kept thinking they just switched jobs for a day.
No, it's a slight.
Yeah.
Are you Muse?
Oh,
Is it
no.
cool if we take a picture of you?
It's his work, you know.
Sounds like that guy's connected to him, at least knowingly.
Luca came to see me.
That's bold.
That's what I thought as well. He has no intentions of paying his debt. I added $1 million tax to his bill.
Victor will like that.
I don't need Victor to like it. I need him to want it. You know, politics, it's a different type of problem solving. Most of it is new to me, but some things, they remain unchanged. Find what a person wants and either withhold it or provide it, and they'll do anything.
Not tonight.
You're asking New York's elite for money.
Works out for you.
Mr. Mayor.
Man, he's tall.
He is. Pretty sure he's like 6'4".
Sure, they want influence, but they don't need it. It's all just ego and vanity.
What is it again?
It's an engine of industry is what it is.
Most would say I'm the determining factor in that sector.
By simply being there and asking them for money, you're giving them all they care about.
I gotta look like Steven Spielberg.
Hey! Whether you can do it or not isn't the issue here, Wilson. I'm surprised you'd even raise that specter. What we're talking about here is buy-in. This project simply doesn't align with our interests.
Why don't we be honest with each other here?
I didn't realize that was on the table. I'd like nothing more.
You've made a substantial amount of your fortune around the port, haven't you?
I've had many business interests.
I'm saying your port expansion project is a self-serving con, Mr. Mayor. You're using taxpayer dollars to further enrich yourself.
I always put the city before myself.
You may have a seat at the table right now, for a couple of years anyway. But the people in this room still decide who gets to eat. I suggest you don't lose sight of that.
Politicians are weird.
I imagine that's true, like in other.
Tell your wife the flowers are exquisite tonight. If you.
I imagine that's true in this situation, like in real life.
Absolutely, that's what I'm saying. Fuck these people.
I've always thought that way about the president too.
Yeah.
Underestimate the people in this room at your own peril. They may not use garrots or cement shoes.
Cement shoes.
It's always fun to do that accent.
Oh! It seems my suits aren't fitting like they were.
Oh, he's eating more food.
Yep.
He's not doing his
He's gaining. He's building mass.
Yeah, he's building mass, man. That'd be me, just anyways.
You can hear about it anyway, but I'd rather you hear it from me. Said there's a serial killer out there. They're going to a DEFCON scenario.
How many victims? Jerry, how many?
Upwards of 60, so they say. Goes by the name Muse. He paints with his victims' blood.
What you gonna do, Matthew?
He's gonna have to suit up.
You gotta let this one go. Just let the police do their jobs.
But why?
I know.
Why not allow your friend who's got powers?
Yep.
Not very good ones, but powers to help.
He's very good powers.
Well, I mean, like compared to like.
Fuck, are you gonna say that when you're you?
No. I mean, like compared to like the Hulk. That's what I mean to me. Of course.
Hulk is.
It's like Captain America's kind of got bad powers too. That's what I mean by it.
Captain America is the greatest. You take that back.
Tony?
Fuck Tony.
Oh my god.
Fuck Tony. He's a douchebag.
What-
Sided
what-
with the government. Fuck that asshole.
Well,
Boys.
Alright. Yeah.
That's messed up.
Man's obviously mocking the police.
He's got a funny, disgusting look, doesn't he?
We can use this.
Do you feel safe on the streets?
This is ridiculous. I've got a serial killer on the loose. You cut the forces overtime, and now I need to report to you on the Muse case?
I care about this city. A task force. Handpicked by me.
This is every bad apple in the barrel.
Yes, it appears your officers have a subculture amongst them. People like to use the word gang. I prefer motivated individuals. This task force will have special powers and privileges, like overtime.
And who the hell's gonna oversee this?
Like I said, I care about the city.
His cheeks.
Yeah.
It's great that he's providing that kind of performance, though.
It is.
The city is in a crisis.
Have that control over your body?
Yeah.
Why us?
Because some of you, you're victims of bad luck. Others, you've been a little overzealous. But all of you throughout your careers have shown initiative. Sergeant Cole North, top of your class in the academy. Made detective in only 3 years. That's quite impressive.
Yeah.
He lost it all. I was responding to a call, possible drug activity in the park. I saw a guy hand an 11-year-old some oxy. The guy denied everything, so I encouraged him to tell the truth.
I brought you here because of your skills, because of your ability to get results. Consider yourself founding members of my anti-vigilante task force. Buck.
They're like the Suicide Squad.
Buck.
This Killer Muse, he wears a mask. I want you to show your face, because you are New York's finest. And this city is yours. Isn't that right? Okay.
Okay.
I guess we can do our shit. That one cop, I fucking dislike that prick so much.
Oh, absolutely. He's got a shitty face.
Yeah.
What is she up to?
She's doing investigating for Hector.
She's being overzealous. You think Frank will find her? What are you doing here?
Maybe. Hope she doesn't get captured or something.
Shit.
I mean, I imagine she'll get rescued, but I hope she just doesn't get captured.
Call from Ayala, home. Answer or decline. It's Angela. She still hasn't come home. That's not like her. She told me she was going to see you, Matt. I'm worried. I'm so worried. She's never done this before. I didn't know who else to call. She's never...
It's okay. It's all that. It's okay. Just stay where you are.
Didn't say bye.
I'm just going to say, in the terms of normal people, why would you call the blind man?
Because she was going to go see him.
No, I know, but the point, though, it stands. Like,
she can't text him.
More information. No.
Yeah.
You got the fucking call.
You can't. They call you back. Did he just say F it?
Yeah.
Hey. Hey-o.
Here we go.
Oh, shit. He just back.
Kids involved.
Yeah.
Reminds me of Spider-Man. He's gonna go find him.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit stacks.
He did get her.
Figure out this rule, like, you don't take kids.
Ugh.
And obviously, he has no rules.
No.
He's not a man beyond the law. He's a man beyond the rules.
Yeah.
Ugh. These are the heebie-jeebies.
It's a funny phrase.
Heebie-jeebies, yeah. I imagine, like, they visually look the same as cooties. Heebie-jeebies and cooties.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense. He gets that outfit on to pronounce his shoulders. If I stitch it up like this, it makes my shoulders look more pronounced.
This is just...
Oh, that's not how you get... It's like down to the fucking bone, man.
Look how rallied up he's getting. All hot and bothered.
Ooh.
My little tubes.
It's gonna be so unsanitary.
Probably dirty as hell.
So unsanitary.
Fucking Canadian flag on his chest there.
Oh, he did?
No, but it's like the blood and everything looks like a big fucking maple leaf.
Those bastards.
Canadian. Canucks.
You wrote this show.
What's this at?
It looks like fucking Kingpin.
Yeah.
Oh,
there
you go.
So this is the Atom dude.
Look at him. He looks like an Atom.
He's so fucking
Not
so bohemian looking.
Not the most masculine Atom that we know.
No, not that guy. The guy with the most feminine voice. Sweet voice.
He does.
Sing me to sleep. Just sing me to sleep.
He's gonna kill him. He's got an axe. Even though he told her.
Don't sit there.
I can imagine that Vanessa would like for me to let you go.
Thank you.
But
Thank you.
But I'm not going to. You understand that, right? How we are locked together. Our experience shared.
Eskimo brothers.
I went up against men 3 times my size. Men who knew how to use their hands. They did so often. And I learned that a simple tool, it can be a great equalizer.
He's gonna give him the axe? Dude, I hate this son of a bitch, Zach.
Dude, it's just...
Man, I really thought... I looked up like, that is a Canadian flag.
It looks like a fucking big...
Dude, that's a lot of blood.
It's disturbing.
Dude, who is a sick son of a bitch, Zach?
I know. I feel like it's gonna be someone we know.
I don't know. He wears suspenders, though, and that's kind of douchey. Not for old men.
Maybe he's
younger men.
maybe he's from the working class.
Not for old men, okay? The older guys that have been in the game a long time, it's perfectly acceptable. But for the young guys, it's too fashionable and kind of stupid.
Oh my gosh.
Woo! How did he know where he was?
He was researching his computer. Although, I don't know how he was seeing it.
How did he find him?
That's what I was just saying. How did he know where he was?
It was on his laptop, but how did he see it on his laptop?
Woo!
It just makes no sense to me how he'd find the motherfucker.
I know.
How find?
He took a lot of blood, man. God,
you come and act like you're gonna go high and then go low.
Yeah, it's a good move.
It is. How does this fucking sanguinating motherfucker know these kind of movies?
Kali. Like a screamer. You're screwed now.
It makes sense why Kingpin would know this shit, because Kingpin's been in the game for a long time, and Adam's just a goddamn artist.
Good camera work. Oh, shit.
That was cool.
Yep. I'm just so impressed.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
They're both killing people tonight.
it ain't Daredevil's game.
It's not.
It's his game, though.
Jeez.
Mm-hmm. He might just choke him out and let him pass out. Don't leave your weapon with him.
Oh, he was hearing her heartbeat.
Yeah.
Rise as a judge in the midst of his brethren, make
Dead already.
thou makest by intercession steadfast.
Put it back in there.
Pursuit of
You try again. Tomorrow. I'll give you a better weapon next time.
in the unity of the Holy Spirit.
Oh, it's a Pulp Fiction.
Yep.
With the adrenaline shot. Fucking the Sanguinator's gonna come up there,
Yeah.
poke you with his dirty needles.
Oh, God. Better get tested at this. 65 people probably poked for that needle.
Got away!
Damn you. Ah, son of a bitch. Scrub that whole lab.
It's like, it feels so good.
I know.
It's okay. I'm here. Yeah. I'm here.
Wow. That made me emotional. It's such a good, such a great episode. And I love the mirroring that they've used in the filming techniques. They're always kind of mirroring each other in some kind of way.
What's the idea of him versus Fisk? But we have episodes 5 and 6 to discuss.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, Joel, you didn't take any notes.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts? First off, what stood out to you the most?
Well, yeah. So, okay. So episode 5 is going to be the bank robbery. Bunch of Irish men working for some boss.
Had nothing to do with it. Just happened to be Irish.
Working for some boss man. We saw that the one head
Who do we
guy,
think that is?
Is it Vanessa?
Yeah.
Vanessa. Yeah, and then the head guy was also a cop, which is what you assumed earlier. Because they were doing the negotiation and you were like, oh, he's probably a cop.
He was like reciting the handbook or whatever, right?
Yeah, for the negotiation or whatever. So Matt Murdock did not get his loan that he was hoping for.
No, because I mean, just they're not that profitable.
Yeah.
Probably because they take so many poor cases and so many.
Yeah.
What's it called? Not freebies.
Pro bono.
Pro bono.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think the idea, though, was that the idea was to set up the bank as an entity that it's like if you look at them on screen,
Yeah.
their practice is a profitable practice. They're a successful practice. You look at him and his partner.
Yeah.
Like they're doing well. They seem like they're doing well. They have a nice place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're doing well. The idea is the bank is always this entity that says, oh, hey, well, you're trying to be the good guy, so we can't really help you out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Here's some candy.
Yeah.
You on your way. The only notes I took from that episode, it's a really good episode in terms of
I thought it was my favorite. Yeah, I thought it was my favorite until I watched this one.
Well, it's just it's an event. It's just like, okay, Matt Murdock's there to save the day, and he's not Daredevil.
No.
So that's what it seems like to me.
Yeah.
But like Jesus wept and Christmas for a Jew. Like I always love a good slur.
Yeah.
But just like going back to fucking Rick and Morty, man. I can just take notes on shit. Like that.
That has a lot of zingers, doesn't it?
Hell yeah, it does. But I didn't have nearly as many notes in terms of the story and character development as I did the next episode.
Yes.
Let me hit on that episode real quick. Zach, you called the candy dish in the end. That was fun. You and I always call like different things, and I think it's always depending where our minds are going at the time. Do you think he's going to assume that Matt Murdock put that there? And if so, do you think that means that was his way of like, all right, we'll go to dinner, but then he never talks to him again? I like to think that man.
No, I think he's going to go to dinner because he's obviously angling for a loan
still. Okay.
But the idea though is that Matt Murdock is more than what he seems.
Yeah.
So he's like a reputation-based thing.
Good point, yeah.
How he can get away from, like, separate that from the Daredevil entity. I mean, I guess they could probably say, well, he's blind. How could he possibly be a vigilante?
Yeah.
So he got that going. He's got that going for him.
Yeah. Also, the leg
and
breaker.
the idea that he has such a less power than everybody else when he's fucking blind.
Yeah. This is the question I'd ask you.
No, don't dismiss. I mean, as in, like, he's blind. And he's still a superhero and a vigilante.
Yeah, that's obviously not.
Ass.
No, he's kicking ass.
These are my favorite kinds of superheroes, like the Wolverines. He doesn't have super strength. I mean, super healing. So he's probably on the high end.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely strong.
He's on the high end of this.
He seems stronger than a lot of people.
He's on the high end. Well, he can.
Super smell.
It's like Unbreakable, man.
Yeah.
I mean, he just can't break.
Yeah.
He can drown around oxygen, but he can't break.
Yeah.
But the idea, though, is he's still not fucking Hulk.
Yeah, water was his weak point.
He's not Iron Man. He's not Tony Stark.
Well, I mean, he doesn't even have
He's not the Playboy. Yeah, that's why you like him, though. He's a Playboy.
No, I just...
No.
I mean, they're both... I mean, Captain America...
Captain America's where it's at.
And Tony, they're both my favorite. I like Thor a lot, too. But,
Thor's okay. Thor's movies weren't not good at all.
I like Ragnarok. I like Ragnarok.
Ragnarok is like the only one that had some redemptive qualities. The rest of them had like a fucking...
I haven't seen the fourth one, but Thor 1. I like Thor 1. Thor 2 was one of the worst ones.
Anthony Hopkins was the most redemptive quality. He was like, ah!
Yeah.
In the first movie. But Chris Hemsworth was great as a character, but they should not... Like, his movies weren't that great. Either way, I'm Captain America. I'm Team Cap, not Team Iron Man.
Yeah, I mean, I'll Team Cap as well for that political issue. This is why I want to ask you, because I haven't seen a lot of examples. We've seen one example where he can kind of smell, like, oh, I smell this. It's a blind thing. Like, his hearing helps him, the echolocation, at least in the Thomas Jane movie, helps him see, essentially.
No, it's Punisher. You're talking about Ben Affleck.
Yeah, Ben Affleck. Yeah, so does this smell, like, does this is this smelling?
It's everything.
Everything, okay.
Yeah.
I was just wondering, like, in what way, like Wolverine, we kind of see like his smell's so good he can track people. You know what I mean? Like,
well, yeah, he's supposed to be kind of animalistic.
Yeah, so like, you know, I was wondering, are all his senses like really good, and how often do we see examples of that?
Well, he's a superhuman blind man.
Yeah.
And the idea is that you develop a sixth sense when you're blind.
Do we assume that like his ability to fight, even though he's blind, it's a combination of all his senses working together?
Well, it's a combination of that plus his dad was a boxer and all kinds of other shit. So.
I didn't know that. Okay. Also, that leg break in that alley was one of the more brutal. It's
always painful, even when I watch videos of people actually breaking their limbs.
Yeah, they're even worse because it's real.
I'm seeing it snap in the other direction.
Yeah.
And you can hear it.
It's always hard to watch.
Yeah, it was on because maybe the first or second episode when those cops are in the apartment, and they're kicking the shit out of him. He has to fight back, and he breaks that one guy's arm. That was definitely disgusting, but it's quick and cool. That was just...
Well, visceral violence is always fantastic. I always love that in cinema, and I don't like over dramatized violence in terms of like when Tarantino started doing it in Django, when like people would get their heads blown off and they blow up like pumpkins.
Yeah.
Okay, that wasn't something that I liked a lot. I don't mind them getting shot in the head, but my problem was like, I don't know, maybe they would really blow apart like pumpkins. But they always seemed like he was over exaggerating. But Kill Bill didn't bother me. But I felt like those movies there's like some sort of artistry there in terms of reference to
kind of.
Yeah, and definitely in reference to his influences in Japanese cinema and things like that. So it's very different, and I'll admit that. But when you look at Django, it was like a lot of things seemed like they were over the top, and then you get to Inglourious Bastards,
and
it was the same thing, like where the violence seemed like, I don't know. I haven't watched a lot of videos where people were actually getting shot.
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of it was, even Christoph Waltz in an interview said, well, this is cinema. This is the idea. It's like, it's not realistic. It's grandiose because it's meant to be observed and like impactful.
Yeah.
So I get that. I just, like shit like that also just
takes you
like
out.
I said, I admit, like Kill Bill Volume 2, when he shoots Beatrix out of the trailer, it's not realistic because in reality, she just would have been blown through the chest and died.
In a fight against
it would have killed
the
her.
crazy 88s.
Yeah, well, not just that, but in terms of realism, like because the first movie is very different than the second movie.
Yeah.
And when she gets shot through the chest with a shotgun, it would have just killed her. It would not have just blown her back from the trailer 10 feet.
Yeah.
And her coughing and hacking. So, admittedly, that being one of my favorite scenes in cinema, I can say, well, I pick and choose. But
you're allowed to.
Oh, yeah, that's the reality of it. But okay, Luca.
He's got some balls to just walk into Mr. Mayor's office like that.
I just don't where he gets the freaking sack to
the nerve.
I know.
The nerve. I just knowing
like,
the reputation he had.
I feel like Luca, if I remember right, and I may be misremembering this, but I feel like that has ties to the first or second season of Daredevil, where he kills his brother.
Luca's in the original then.
I don't remember specifically because I haven't watched it in a long fucking time.
Okay.
Now maybe that's where the nerve comes from. It's
Okay.
like, hey, fuck you. I'm not giving you your money. You killed my brother.
Well, I can appreciate it a little bit more then, but possibly, if you're correct, he's always had something.
Yeah, so you're going to have to review that. Who would use an Uber here?
Me. I've used him several times.
I used one in New York.
Well, then
because you just
fucking mind. I'd rather walk and get there late.
You never taken a taxi?
Nope. I did once. Sorry. When it was back when when did I date Libby?
I don't know. Like my
9th grade, 10th grade?
Okay, I can't remember.
I don't remember.
I forgot about that.
Either way, that's the only fucking time I did.
I didn't even know they had them around here, and I know Charlie Rose was a taxi driver one time.
Yeah, don't slight Charlie Rose.
I'm not. I'm just saying he was a taxi driver.
Charlie Rose
He's a great man. I'm just saying.
He's great. Every time I see him, it's great to see him.
He's a nice guy.
Yes.
I know he was a taxi driver. I'm like, you taxi guy? He's like, I'm the only one. He was like only one. He's like, I guess there's a business, and there's literally like one or two. And
he's the man.
He was the one. So
okay.
I've used him in the city when I've traveled.
Yeah.
Only time I've ever used a taxi.
Yeah.
Is that one time. Either way, Heather, Vigilantes. She's writing the piece.
Yeah, it looked like it reminded me of that scene in The Dark Knight where they're sitting around the table, and we had that kind of hot Russian.
Yeah, the ballerina lady, right?
Yeah, just in The Dark Knight he was more agreeing with her, and this he was just kind of being neutral. It seemed.
Well, he's trying to let her read on.
I guess in my head I was making these predictions. I'm wondering if there's going to be some kind of scene where eventually she realizes that he is a vigilante, and that breaks the relationship. Because they showed in the recap, they kind of showed like whatever her name is, the original Karen. Funny enough, I don't know if it's Karen, but
they a piss-poor name for someone so attractive. But
yeah, I guess it just made me. I guess I feel like the viewers who've watched this show for a decade, they want to see them get back together eventually.
Yeah, and I think that's something that should happen.
Yeah.
Now, how much of a toll needs to be paid, I don't know.
Yeah, she's going to be like Gwen Stacy almost.
Yeah, well, more like Mary Jane.
Well, I mean, like this chick and this would be like Gwen. Like she'll die, but Mary Jane.
Oh, Heather.
Heather. Yeah.
Okay, so how the fuck did he find Muse's hideout?
I have no idea.
Because I remember someone mentioned earlier the Q line in 61.
Yeah.
That old shutdown railway.
Yeah.
Was that the niece that mentioned that?
Yeah, she mentioned to him.
Okay, well that's probably how he found it.
Oh yeah.
All right.
To me, a bigger question is he was looking up on the laptop, and how could he see it?
He probably just looked up like plausible places for someone to have a hideout.
But he can't. That's the only thing he can't do is see it.
Oh yeah, fuck. I don't know. Good point.
Yeah.
Well, that's just like why they asked why the woman called him for help.
Yeah.
It's like the only thing you can expect to find is like whether or not she was there. You can't get anything else out of him because in theory, if this is just literally a blind man, then the only thing you can get
Have
is
you
like,
seen her? Oh, I shouldn't have said that.
Not yet.
Have you heard from her?
Hey.
Heard from her.
Okay, so the only thing I have to say, other than all the other notes I've got, is that the Catholic mantras.
They're great.
They're fantastic,
especially in like crime movies and stuff. Like
they're fantastic pieces.
I gotta tell you the story. It has to do with Catholicism a little bit. So I was in St. Mary's Catholic School. I was like in 5th grade, and I remember I'd have to ride the bus to Washington to public school, and I had to get off my bus to go to a different bus that would take me out here, where I'm back. And there's these.
Ironically, both of us are.
Yeah, right. it's like in 2012 in True Detective.
Yeah.
You know, at the bus stop, there was these college-age kids that would give out like the New Testament book, just the New Testament, and I had like 50 of these things laying around when I was younger, like little orange and like different colors.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about because they handed them all the time when we were younger.
Yeah, and one day, these Father, I think it was Father Anthony, it might have been Father Paul. He rode the bus from St. Mary's to Washington School, and I'm thinking, why is he here? So, anyways, I'm walking, and these guys are handing out these little just the New Testament, and then one of these guys looks up and goes, "Oh shit, he's back!" I look, and Father Anthony is sprinting after these guys. So it's like he was chasing after these Protestants for like running off. And then you're on the corner of 4th of Washington. You're looking up, kind of like where Jordan used to live. You know, he goes uphill past the playground. He was sprinting up that hill, and they were like, "Go!" It's like he was chasing them down, these Protestants, for not giving out, you know, not even just the Old Testament, but you know, the Catholic Bible has a couple more books as well. So I just thought that, I can't believe I got to ever tell you that story, but I talked about it in a Game of Thrones reaction because it somehow became relevant. But I just thought that was hilarious. It's because like so many St. Mary's Catholic school kids go through there, and he probably thought, who these Protestants giving out the incomplete or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which you shouted Paul, didn't you?
Which one's which?
Amen. It's Father Paul.
Yeah. Which one's Anthony?
He's older. And he was.
You saw him chasing people.
Yeah, I mean, he was like I don't know, 50.
Yeah.
Not like 70. Not like Father Ed.
He's much older by the time that I was around him, because I met him too, obviously.
Okay.
But Paul was the younger guy.
Yeah, he was younger, probably in his early mid-30s.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
He's the one I shadowed.
Okay, how was that?
You know, it was okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's a nice guy.
I mean, I went in there and he told me, he's like, when we were driving around for the day, and he was like, you know, I had, there was a woman he loved.
Yeah.
Wanted to be with, but he felt his calling was with the church.
Yeah.
And
hard to do.
He abandoned it and went with the church.
You'd have to be sure. I mean, you can always leave.
I reckon.
You can always leave, but.
Well, yeah, but I mean, he just probably, you know, he felt his calling pretty strong. We can probably tell that from the sermon jokes we make.
Yeah.
But
I want to hit on the fights. I mean, kind of the action scenes at the end.
They were pretty cool.
I mean, the Daredevils was just a great visceral fight.
Well, next to like the Batman, the Nolan Batman films, I feel like this series has really done very well in terms of like visceral action.
Yeah.
Because I know you didn't watch the first 2 seasons, and everything with the Punisher, but everything with Frank Castle, everything with him. Frank Castle was in jail for a little bit, and there were fight scenes in there. Like, it's very violent, direct, impactful action.
Yeah.
And it works very well because it's supposed to be gritty, down to earth, kind of everyday kind of a feel.
Yeah.
Versus superhero.
Yeah. And it works so well.
Hulk like hits somebody and they go flying through a building versus like this guy that's like hitting somebody and their leg bends the other way.
Yeah.
And it feels like, oh shit. Whereas the Hulk hits somebody and it's like, oh, he went flying like 30 feet. You know, like, it's like now it's like this guy's breaking his leg in the other direction. You're like, oh shit. Like you feel it.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't really see, I mean, I watched it once. I didn't see any parts where I go, they messed up, or I could tell they didn't connect. It all looked great. And
then they're making him look out of practice too, because he's getting kind of knocked around by this bank robber.
Oh, you're right. I didn't even think about that, honestly.
But it's like, to me, I'm feeling like, come on, man, you're better than this. But the idea is that he's out of practice. He hasn't been in the game for a while. So
and the Kingpin stuff, it was just powerful.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? Like that guy's older and heavier, and he looked really good. I mean, they shot out behind.
Well, Vincent, I feel is like, I don't mean this in any discredit to the guy. I forget his name now. The guy who plays Matt Murdock.
Mm-hmm.
Charlie Cox. Yeah. Any discredit to any other people playing roles in this show, but Vincent, being as old as he is and being in films that we've seen,
yeah,
and everything growing up, it's great that, like, we were talking about his cheeks,
yeah,
twitching.
Yeah, he understands. Like, all right, you gotta look mad and tensing his jaw muscles. Yeah,
I remember when I used to be able to see your jaw muscles do that.
I was thinking, I'm like, he's a big guy.
Good.
I know.
It's your beard.
Yeah.
Your beard covers.
Yeah, okay, we'll call it that.
Like the bank robbery episode was fun, and the second episode was great and gritty and great action and
suspenseful,
good storytelling.
Episode 6 was definitely the better episode. But episode 5 was fun and enjoyable. It was for what it was, but in terms of the character development and the story and the overarching, like the deeper meaning of the show, it's like that was the episode.
Yeah.
They really carry away with it, which is how these episodes should carry themselves. Like they should best one another. So
and it did, because I thought 5, it's my favorite, and 6, like no, this is clearly my favorite. So hopefully the show finishes strong. I'm not sure how many episodes there are, but we'll be doing them. So guys, leave a comment down below. Tell us what you think of the conversation. Tell us what you think of the episode. No spoilers, and we gotta do a Q&A sometime. We will though. All right, guys, much love. See you next week.